Imagine an alien, not from a distant planet, but right here on Earth. An organism with 3 hearts, blue blood, and the ability to shapeshift. A creature so intelligent, it can solve puzzles, escape enclosures, and even dream. This isn't science fiction, it's the octopus. The order consists of some 300 species and is grouped within the class Cephalopoda, with squids, cuttlefish, and nautiloids. Like other cephalopods, an octopus is bilaterally symmetric with 2 eyes and a beaked mouth at the center point of the 8 limbs. The soft body can radically alter its shape, enabling octopuses to squeeze through small gaps. They trail their 8 appendages behind them as they swim. The siphon is used both for respiration and for locomotion by expelling a jet of water. Octopuses have a complex nervous system and excellent sight, and are among the most intelligent and behaviorally diverse of all invertebrates. Octopuses inhabit various regions of the ocean, including coral reefs, pelagic waters, and the seabed. Some live in the intertidal zone and others at abyssal depths. Most species grow quickly, mature early, and are short-lived. In most species, the male uses a specially adapted arm to deliver a bundle of sperm directly into the female's mantle cavity, after which he becomes senescent and dies, while the female deposits fertilized eggs in a den and cares for them until they hatch, after which she also dies. Strategies to defend themselves against predators include the expulsion of ink, the use of camouflage and threat displays, the ability to jet quickly through the water and hide, and even deceit. All octopuses are venomous, but only the blue-ringed octopuses are known to be deadly to humans. Octopuses appear in mythology as sea monsters, like the Kraken of Norway and the Akarokamui of the Ainu, and possibly the Gorgon of ancient Greece. A battle with an octopus appears in Victor Hugo's book, Toilers of the Sea, inspiring other works such as Ian Fleming's Octopussy. Octopuses appear in Japanese erotic art, shunga. They are eaten and considered a delicacy by humans in many parts of the world, especially the Mediterranean and the Asian seas. The giant Pacific octopus, Enteroctopus duflani, is often cited as the largest known octopus species. Adults usually weigh around 15 kilograms, 33 pounds, with an arm span of up to 4.3 meters, 14 feet. The largest specimen of this species to be scientifically documented was an animal with a live mass of 71 kilograms, 157 pounds. Much larger sizes have been claimed for the giant Pacific octopus. One specimen was recorded as 272 kilograms, 600 pounds, with an arm span of 9 meters, 30 feet. A carcass of the 7-arm octopus, Halifron atlanticus, weighed 61 kilograms, 134 pounds, and was estimated to have had a live mass of 75 kilograms, 165 pounds. The smallest species is Octopus wolfi, which is around 2.5 centimeters and weighs less than 1 gram. The octopus is bilaterally symmetrical along its dorsoventral, back-to-belly axis. The head and foot are at one end of an elongated body and function as the anterior, front of the animal. The head includes the mouth and brain. The foot has evolved into a set of flexible, prehensile appendages, known as arms, that surround the mouth and are attached to each other near their base by a webbed structure. The arms can be described based on side and sequence position, such as L1, R1, L2, R2, and divided into 4 pairs. The 2 rear appendages are generally used to walk on the seafloor, while the other 6 are used to forage for food. The bulbous and hollow mantle is fused to the back of the head and is known as the visceral hump. It contains most of the vital organs. The mantle cavity has muscular walls and contains the gills. It is connected to the exterior by a funnel or siphon. The mouth of an octopus, located underneath the arms, has a sharp, hard beak. The skin consists of a thin outer epidermis with mucous cells and sensory cells, and a connective tissue dermis, consisting largely of collagen fibers and various cells allowing color change. Most of the body is made of soft tissue, allowing it to lengthen, contract, and contort itself. The octopus can squeeze through tiny gaps. Even the larger species can pass through an opening close to 2.5 centimeters in diameter. Lacking skeletal support, the arms work as muscular hydrostats and contain longitudinal, transverse, and circular muscles around a central axial nerve. They can extend and contract, twist to left or right, bend at any place in any direction, or be held rigid. Octopuses have a closed circulatory system in which the blood remains inside blood vessels. Octopuses have 3 hearts, a systemic or main heart that circulates blood around the body, and 2 branchial or gill hearts that pump it through each of the 2 gills. The systemic heart becomes inactive when the animal is swimming, thus the octopus tires quickly and prefers to crawl. Octopus blood contains the copper-rich protein hemocyanin to transport oxygen. This makes the blood very viscous, and it requires considerable pressure to pump it around the body. Octopus's blood pressures can exceed 75 millimeters of mercury, 10 kilopascals. In cold conditions with low oxygen levels, hemocyanin transports oxygen more efficiently than hemoglobin. The hemocyanin is dissolved in the plasma instead of being carried within blood cells and gives the blood a bluish color. Respiration involves drawing water into the mantle cavity through an aperture, passing it through the gills, and expelling it through the siphon. The ingress of water is achieved by contraction of radial muscles in the mantle wall, and flapper valves shut when strong circular muscles force the water out through the siphon. Extensive connective tissue lattices support the respiratory muscles and allow them to expand the respiratory chamber. The lamella structure of the gills allows for a high oxygen uptake, up to 65% in water at 20 degrees Celsius depth. Water flow over the gills correlates with locomotion, and an octopus can propel its body when it expels water out of its siphon. The digestive system of the octopus begins with the buccal mass, which consists of the mouth with its chitinous beak, the pharynx, radula, and salivary glands. The radula is a spiked, muscular, tongue-like organ with multiple rows of tiny teeth. Food is broken down and is forced into the esophagus by 2 lateral extensions of the esophageal sidewalls, in addition to the radula. From there, it is transferred to the gastrointestinal tract, which is mostly suspended from the roof of the mantle cavity by numerous membranes. The tract consists of a crop where the food is stored, a stomach where food is ground down, a cecum where the now sludgy food is sorted into fluids and particles, and which plays an important role in absorption, the digestive gland where liver cells break down and absorb the fluid and become brown bodies, and the intestine, where the accumulated waste is turned into fecal ropes by secretions and blown out of the funnel via the rectum. Octopuses, along with cuttlefish, have the highest brain-to-body mass ratios of all invertebrates. This is greater than that of many vertebrates. Octopuses have the same jumping genes that are active in the human brain, implying an evolutionary convergence at molecular level. The nervous system is complex, only part of which is localized in its brain, which is contained in a cartilaginous capsule. 2/3 of an octopus's neurons are in the nerve cords of its arms. This allows their arms to perform complex reflex actions without input from the brain. Unlike vertebrates, the complex motor skills of octopuses are not organized in their brains via internal somatotopic maps of their bodies. The nervous system of cephalopods is the most complex of all invertebrates. The giant nerve fibers of the cephalopod mantle have been widely used for many years as experimental material in neurophysiology. Their large diameter, due to lack of myelination, makes them relatively easy to study compared with other animals. Octopuses are gonochoric and have a single, posteriorly located gonad, which is associated with the coelom. The testis in males and the ovary in females bulges into the gonocole, and the gametes are released here. The gonocole is connected by the gonoduct to the mantle cavity, which it enters at the gonopore. An optic gland creates hormones that cause the octopus to mature and age and stimulate gamete production. The gland may be triggered by environmental conditions such as temperature, light, and nutrition, which thus control the timing of reproduction and lifespan. When octopuses reproduce, the male uses a specialized arm called a hectocotylus to transfer spermatophores packets of sperm from the terminal organ of the reproductive tract, the cephalopod penis, into the female's mantle cavity. The hectocotylus in benthic octopuses is usually the third right arm, which has a spoon-shaped depression and modified suckers near the tip. In most species, fertilization occurs in the mantle cavity,